Hi, my name is Ravi. I'm the founder of Blep Pet Food. And we meet again. Now, today, let us discuss what is the problem with kibble? Why my recommendation stays that you should avoid feeding kibble. See, our pets rely on us when it comes to food, and we get on their unconditional love. Now, I would want you to decide right for them, and which is why today let us speak of kibble, which is more than 90% of the packaged food that is sold not just in our country but worldwide. Now, what is the problem with kibble? The problem with kibble lies at three levels. One, the quality of ingredients used are those which technically can't be fed to us humans. What do I mean by this? These are rejects. These are ingredients are at times sourced out of deceased or sick, chicken, poultry, etc. Now, is it right that this food should become a part of their food? No. I would want to feed them what I can eat, not what I normally eat. And that should be the quality of the food, because that is the bare minimum, because I want best for them and I'm sure you all want best for them. So one problem is the ingredient. Now, even in the ingredient levels, there are some ingredients which are added, which are not being added because they're good for their health, but because it is the part of the process. One such ingredients that I would call out is starch. Now, starch is essential to make kibble, because kibble is heated at very high temperature, 270 to 300 degrees centigrades. Now, starch is needed to bind that powder, because at that temperature the natural moisture of the food is gone. Now, what is starch? Starch is nothing but complex sugar. It is common knowledge that dogs and cats should not eat sugar, while the primary food sold for them in the market contains sugar. I hope you see the irony in this. So the ingredients are an issue, and plus in ingredients also we are adding a problem of starch into it. What is the second problem with this food? So kibble is made out of this process called rendering. What is rendering? Rendering is the process wherein I take this reject part of chicken, heat it over and over again so that the protein concentration becomes higher, so that I need to add only 10 grams or 20 grams of this rendered chicken, so that the protein gets met. The quality of protein matters. What amino acids, what enzymes are in it matters. When you expose food at such high temperature, the nutrient value of the food goes down. Second problem is, at 270 to 300 degrees centigrades, there is a possibility of carcinogens being introduced in the food. I am not surprised. The global studies indicate that 1 in 4 dogs and 1 in 3 cats are likely to get cancer in their lifetime. Did you know 1 in 2 dogs above the age of 10 are likely to get cancer? Now, they don't have any lifestyle issue like us. However, the cancer rate is way higher in dogs and cats, and this can be directly attributed to the food that we are feeding. The third problem lies with the amount of preservatives that is there in the food. Now imagine you bought a 20 kg kibble bag. You keep it open in one corner of the room, it would not go bad. Now compare it with what other human food exists that we consume that will not go bad for months even if you keep it in open. The answer is nothing. And that is happening because of the amount of preservatives that have been added to it. While personally it is not that I am against preservatives, some of it help in increasing the shelf life. But look at the quantum. Why should I feed my dog or cat a food which is so high in chemicals? Natural is the way to go, and why should it be otherwise for them? Now, these are the three basic problems with kibble, which is why my constant urge to all pet parents is, please do read the back of the pack carefully. If you read something like chicken and it is coupled with chicken meal, then that doesn't mean it contains real chicken. It means it contains a powder which has been derived from the waste product of chicken, heated over and over again, and then packed in your pet's food just to save cost, but to give you some amount of protein on the label. So let's be very cognizant of what we buy, why we are buying. things like cornstarch, pea starch. Now, this should not be the regular part of their diet, even if you feed it occasionally. So be aware of what you are feeding. Just go through the label carefully. And I'm sure once we all are aware, the pet industry would be flooded with the better quality food. And this is what we stand for. This is what Blep stands for. We want to change what we are feeding our pets. And it's our constant endeavor to bring the best to your dog or cat's bowl. All the Blep products are 100% natural, zero preservatives and zero sugar. And amongst the ingredient, there is one special thing that we mention on the front of the pack and the back of the pack, which is "and nothing else." That is our assurance to you that only what you read is what has been put in your dog's and cat's food. The quality is such that this is the kind of product that I would or you would normally consume. So let's choose the best food for them, and then only they will have a long, healthy life which they deserve. Thanks a lot for your time, and I'm sure we'll meet again in the next video. Thank you.